What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and a holler, a true banger, if you will. Now, today's video is a bit of a different format, but before I dive into that, I want to mention a couple things. First off, Goblin merch is now live, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everyone who's already made a purchase, I appreciate you. Please DM me on Instagram or Twitter with proof of your purchase for a follow back, baby. I'm following everyone back by hand. Hey, merch is now out. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got the hoot and holler scientist design. We got the Let's Go Skiing design for all my coke addicts out there. We got the logo design. We got everything you could ever need. The most expensive item in the drop is only $35, and that is the hoodie. Everything else is cheaper than that. It is affordable and quality at the same time. Hey, check the link at the very top of the description or go to goblin.merchforall.com. Once again, that is goblin.merchforall.com. Hey, make your purchase today. DM me proof of purchase. Hey, you'll get a nice little follow. I appreciate everyone who decides to make a purchase. It really does help support the channel, especially in times like this where YouTube decides to yoink most of my ads 90% of the time. Hey, it helps very much. I greatly appreciate all you guys. Thank you all so much for the love on the merch drop. Let's dive right into it. So, today's video, we are talking about a growing problem that I have been noticing more and more in my DMs. We're talking about fake exotic. Now, some of you guys out there might be wondering, what the fuck is fake exotic? But I assume most of you guys know what I'm talking about here. We're talking about those cookies packs, the Runtz packs, the Jungle Boys packs that are obviously not real. Those are the main three, but there's a bunch of other like fake packaging brands where they aren't actually real weed brands. It's just packaging companies that sell the shit to anyone, right? Now, for those of you guys who are uninformed, there is a very large trend going around in the weed smoking community where people will take some fairly decent weed and put it in a fake knockoff dispensary look-alike bag and then sell it for $50 an eighth, which is unacceptable, absolutely ridiculous. So today, we're going to break down how to differentiate between a fake and a real bag, and we're also going to talk about some information that you guys probably need to know about this. Now, first and foremost, I'd like to say here that if you are going to buy weed from your plug and he's ever got some quote-unquote exotic that is pre-packaged in a bag like this, you should generally run to the fucking hills. You should fly as far away as you can. You know what? Snitch on that fucking guy, dude. Call 1269 that dude, bro. Fuck that guy, all right? He's selling fake shit. And here's why. 99% of the time, this is exactly what happens. People will go on sites like DHgate or AliExpress or Amazon, and they will buy a bunch of these fake bags, these pre-made bags from fucking Wuhan or some shit, right? Get them mailed to them, open them up, seal them up, fill them up with some decent bud and ate the bud, seal them up and sell them. Now, there's one dead giveaway to these bags that really tells you right off the bat that they're fake, right? And I don't, here's the thing, before I ever made this video, I figured that a lot of this stuff was like really self-explanatory, but ever since I made my reviewing subscribers weed series, I've received a concerning amount of DMs of people like flexing these fake bags, like a shocking amount of DMs, which is why I feel the need to clarify this. The number one way to tell if your cookies, Runtz, or Jungle Boys or any kind of pack is fake is to look at the coloring. That is the number one way. The best example to throw on here, I think, there's two in particular that are always a really easy way to tell. We're going to use cookies as our first example here, and we're going to use the gelati and the sticky buns bags. Now, you look at sticky buns and gelati, right? The colors are very vibrant. The legitimate bag, the colors are super vibrant, popping. Gelati in particular, it's a different color for each letter of the word, right? Super vibrant colors. And you guys have to remember that with all of these weed companies, with all of these legitimate real deal packagings, right? The colors are always really going to stand out. The colors are going to pop like crazy. It's meant to draw your attention in, right? So they're going to use high quality coloring, high quality printing on the real bags. On the fake ones, now the reason I use sticky buns and gelati is because it's so easy to tell with these two, right? The colors always come out faded or dim, and worst case scenario, they're not even the same shade, right? But essentially every time when you're buying these fake bags, you have to realize they're printing these in a lower resolution, right? They're printing these with very, just worse material, worse quality than the real brands are using, right? And that's going to reflect in the print, right? And the best way to look is just honestly, even go online, right? Go on, if you guys live in Cali, you know, go on the Cookies website and look at some of their information on there, or watch YouTube videos where people have some real packaging and do a compare and contrast. And you'll notice almost right off the bat that the colors are fucked. I mean, even from the images that I've thrown on screen in the past couple minutes here, you guys should be able to tell in my side-by-sides that, yeah, it's a pretty blatant one, particularly the sticky buns. And I did my research here. Pretty much every single print of the fake sticky buns I could find had this fucked coloring, right? And all of them do. Cereal Milk is another really bad offender, a cookie strain. And then you move on to other brands, right? Let's look at Runtz and Jungle Boys for a minute, right? Runtz is another one that is pretty obvious because Runtz, their packaging is arguably even more vibrant and popping than Cookies, right? Their packaging is just color, just bang, bang, bam, right? And with them, once again, just look at the brightness and the contrast of those colors, right? Look at the resolution of the print. Actually, look up close and see. Okay, is that resolution bad? You know, is it almost like blurry? You know, when you look at it real closely, because you know, if I were to take, for example, I've got a Cookies bag on my shelf actually here. If I take this bag and I look at it, I hold it really close to my eyes. That text doesn't look like it's bad quality or blurry. Like I don't have to hold it far away from my face to read it as clearly as I could imagine, right? 2020. I can hold it as close as I want, and that text still looks great quality. With a fake bag, that will almost never be the case. If you look very closely at the bag, you'll notice, like, hey, that image is kind of blurry, right? It's not looking good. But moving on from comparing the bags, like I said there, the comparison and looking closely at that kind of blurriness is the best way. There's another one that people seem to look past quite often. I don't know if people look past it or if they just don't give a shit. But the second one here, now this is how it is in Illinois, right? With every bag that I've gotten of Cookies in the state of Illinois, and yeah, Cookies did recently come to Illinois. It's a very new development, but my dispensary got it in for the first time like 2 months ago, I think. But either way, with my bag, it says resealable at the top, right? But there's a little, like, safety seal that you have to pull to actually open up the bag to make it then resealable, right? That's how the real bags are. For example, think of like a bag of beef jerky, right? You pull the little tab off the top, the little strip that you have to peel, like a bag of cheese from the store, right? Peel that little strip, then you can open it and reseal it, right? It's the same thing with real Cookies bags as far as I'm aware. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in Cali, but the Illinois bags, which they are actually a little bit different from the Cali ones, they are like that. Right? And that's what I've seen from a lot of my friends who are in California too. Now, I'm not up to date on packaging. I know Cookies changes their packaging a lot, as do a lot of these other companies, to try to outsmart the counterfeits, of course. But as far as I'm aware, that is a thing pretty much consistently on almost all of these bag companies, right? These companies that use bags instead of a glass container, right? These fake ones won't have that. These fake ones, you'll be able to just no safety thing to pull, you know, nothing to void it. You'll be able to just yank it right the fuck open, right? There will be no thing, right? There will be no thing to peel off that's like a safety thing. Typically, bags will have that. And some bags, some real bags, you'll be able to open without that. I'm not saying all bags are like that. But most bags will have something like that to indicate to you that it's already been opened. If there isn't anything like that, that is a huge red flag, and you should really, really look closer at that bag. But moving on from ways to tell it apart from being real or fake, let's talk about the real problem with these kinds of things. The biggest problem that I have with these fake Cookies, fake Runtz, fake Exotic, fake Cali packs is that half the time the weed that people are putting in these isn't even bad. That's the thing. With a lot of these other fake branded things like edibles or concentrates, a lot of times it's bunk or it's fake. But what I seem to be noticing as a common trend is whenever people put the weed in these bags, it's actually pretty decent, right? It's not always swag. And by the way, a little tip here, I've gotten a shocking amount of UK viewers, European viewers, who are sending in Cookies bags and Runtz bags. I hate to break it to you, if you don't live in America, you're not smoking Cookies. Nobody is fucking importing the Gary Payton to the UK, all right? Nobody's taking the gelati and shipping it on a boat past customs over to UK, all right? I hate to break it to you. Nobody's doing that for a bunch of eighths, all right? I hate to break your heart, right? But either way, back on topic here. All my UK viewers, put the Cookies bag down right now. Throw the bag away. Take the weed out if it's decent. But back on topic here, a lot of the bud that these people are putting into these bags is not bad. And that's my problem. See, back in high school when I first started smoking, it was never like this. There was no fake Cali bags. There was just, like, carts were just hitting the market in Illinois when I was starting smoking, right? Like carts were just starting to become a thing in Illinois as far as I remember. Like, nobody was hitting them, right? Like I got lucky and got one early on when I was younger in high school, right? But, like, nobody was fucking hitting them. And all of a sudden, as time's gone on, right, as time's progressed, these fake bags have become a thing, and I miss the good old days when you could just go to the plug and you could just get that gas right out of the plastic bag. I just said bass. I'm baked as fuck, dude. I took a fat dab of some Mag Landrace, dude. I'm tweaking right now. But either way, back on topic here. So I miss being able to go to the plug and know that I'm getting the best shit he has straight out the bag, right? Nowadays, it's difficult to find a plug that isn't selling this kind of shit. And here come all the fucking heroes of cannabis who are going to come in the comments like, man, Goblin, makes me laugh that you don't have the plug. My plug, 100 pounds of Cali Zaza, $10, right? Hey, keep that shit out of the comments. But really, it's become a lot harder for the average smoker to find a plug that isn't selling these bullshit bags. Whereas 4 years ago, that same plug was probably selling that same weed, but for a better price and out of a plastic bag like it should have been done. And that's my biggest problem here. And I want to make this little segment of the video here a call to action to all the plugs out there. Everyone, because listen, this is the Goblin viewer phase, okay? If you guys are going to sit here and act like you're not drug dealers, you're wrong. I know a good chunk of you guys sell drugs, right? So I'm going to lay it out right now. All you plugs out there, sell your weed out the bag. Don't sell it out of the fake shit. Sell it right out of that vacuum seal, right out of that Ziploc, dude. Sell it the old classic way. Scale it out, put it in a plastic baggie, give it to your custody. Don't pre-package this bullshit, dude. And harass and shame other plugs who do. Cyberbully them. If you see a plug selling this shit, swipe up on his story and say, damn, dude, I didn't know you sold swag in a bag. Nice, bro. Just absolutely ruin his fucking day. Because listen, the plugs who sell this kind of shit, they always have, like, egos about their bud. They're always like, man, I'm selling real Cali. All the rest of y'all are selling fake. So if you guys just fucking cyberbully them a little bit and tell them it's swag in a fucking bag, they're going to lose their marbles. I guarantee it. It's going to be content for everybody. So chat, I'm so used to streaming, dude. I said chat. Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, the comment section. Harass your plug selling these fake bags. And remember 2 important takeaways from this video. 1, get your bags from a dispo. There's no real reason that anyone would ever sell an authentic cookies bag on the street. And 2, if you really are in the position to buy one of these, if you're in the position where this is your best option, before you give that plug money, ask him to take it out of the bag and sell it to you for a real price. Because I guarantee the plug might even respect that a little bit. Hey, I'm not trying to get y'all killed out there. But hey, I've had experiences where I've had bad times with plugs, and I'll hit them back up, and I'll be like, yo, dude, you just served me some bunk. And a lot of times, sometimes they'll be like, oh, my bad, and they'll want to keep you as a customer, right? So they'll be like, oh, shit, they'll understand. A smart plug will realize, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's going to be a comeback customer because he's an experienced, right? But a dumb plug will be like, oh, fuck you. So, hey, give that a little try. That's my recommendation. But ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys got some information out of this that you might not have known before. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like. Oh, and also, don't forget to cop merch if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget, make an investment. Link to the top of the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.